Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? It's your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, a channel where I rant and I review. I'm your host, Uncle Tim. Um, McDonald's is closing a lot of stores in Illinois. I mean, a lot of restaurants, especially in downtown Chicago. There's a lot of them that closed. Half of the ones that were down there closed due to high rent. Um, Not being profitable because a lot of people are not downtown Chicago anymore. A lot of people are working from home now, so a lot of people are not visiting these restaurants. So you have a loss in revenue from these stores, and these stores are taking losses. Then you have the homeless population, people coming in starting fights and doing dumb shit. Now, don't mind you, McDonald's is like a staple in any community. For a McDonald's to leave, there has to be some serious shit happening. And McDonald's is headquartered outside of Chicago. Um, just to think about all that. I was little, and I used to go to this McDonald's a while back when I was younger. Two locations, man, and it was so bad. They had so much people in there looking at trying to rob you and shit like that and looking at you. Dude, it was wild, and you just sitting back thinking to yourself, what is really going on? Dude, it's letting you know that you can't really be anywhere. People are losing their jobs at McDonald's. I remember a while back they were buying up some of the franchises that, people had bought a while ago. Back in the day, McDonald's franchises, they weren't that expensive, and you can get one and you can start out and all of that stuff, man. But like I said, McDonald's, it was so much of shit going on at certain McDonald's, man. They tried to get you to work off the clock. They were trying to get you to do other shit, that you wasn't even in your job description, man. You learn that a lot of these places just wasn't for you. These just wasn't for the normal person, man. And you just had to phase out. Man, it's crazy as hell how all of this works out, man. And you're looking at it with all the crime happening all over the damn place. Even in Virginia, they got a McDonald's where you have to be 21 and up to get in. You cannot be underage without an adult entering into that McDonald's. They saying basically, the people were trashing the bathrooms, fighting inside the damn store. Inside of the restaurant, people were feeling, scared, fearing for their safety, and, that's what they had to do. It was in conjunction with a school that's in the area. This was in Virginia here. And I was just sitting here thinking to myself, there's a lot going on everywhere, and a lot of people are not getting that. There's a lot of restlessness. And, shit ain't gonna do nothing but get worse. Think about it. You don't think too much when a Burger King, a Popeyes, a KFC, a Wendy's, a Arby's. You don't care too many, or Subway. You don't care about those places leaving. You like, yeah, shit leaves. Like it happens. A Pizza Hut, he gone. Taco Bell, they gone. But when McDonald's leaves, you like, oh, some shit really is going on because McDonald's is rooted into the community. Remember McDonald's from back in the days in the 80s where you used to go, or the late 70s where you used to go and have birthday parties at McDonald's. They had high chairs for your kids. They had ashtrays for you to smoke inside the restaurant. McDonald's was a place that was a step up. Now look at it. They don't even have that appeal of value anymore. Nobody would dare go to McDonald's and have a birthday party now. They used to have characters on demand, like a lot of, used to have like Ronald McDonald. They used to have the playhouses and all of that stuff where you can go out and play in the yards, and they had like the funnels and the swings and all this stuff, McDonald's Playhouse or whatever it was called. I think that's what it was, a fun whatever. But they are redoing all of these McDonald's now, whereas they taking all of that out. And I'm like, damn, what is really going on here? Times have changed, man. It's like everything that was once, sacred is no longer that. Everything that we used to do to have fun, they done already nipped that in the butt. It's like, no, this is a little too much for you now. We ain't trying to do that, And society as a whole, man, Seem like it's going right down the damn drain. It's like it's going right down the toilet. It's like we being flushed completely like shit down the toilet, bro. Seriously. You know, the places that you used to remember in your childhood that you held nostalgia for, like I said, McDonald's value meal was $2.49. You got a damn Big Mac, you got fries, and you got a drink. Bruh, for $2.49. And the drink was a damn large drink and a large ass fry. No, it was a medium drink and a medium fry. You could supersize your order and all that stuff, man. You know, and you thinking to yourself, man, if that wasn't the thing, you used to get two apple pies for $1. You used to could get the Big Macs 2 for $2 when they had those special sales. Remember the McRib? You know, they had it for a limited time offer. Then they tried to make the McRib uh, a permanent thing, but you know the animal that they made the McRib from went extinct, so they can't make that no more. No, I'm playing like it went extinct. I'm joking, but man, come on, you knew that was funny, man. But damn, just to see all this happening, man, got me thinking, bro. When I go downtown, in downtown Chicago, bro, it's empty as fuck. You know, it's not empty, empty. You got people going to work. You got a lot of people working, don't get me wrong. But what I mean is like storefronts where there used to be stores, like when I was, you know, like a couple of years ago, before the pandemic, when I used to go downtown, man, you used to walk down State Street and see store after store. The Mag Mile, store after store. Now shit done pulled out. The area looks so different. Chicagoland is not the same anymore. It's like the prestige that was once here is gone. You know, and I'm not going political with it because shit happens, man. You know, you got more and more people here now. Shit is happening. Things are different. You know, it's just like at one point in time, you know, a lot of people were against fast food because they said it was unhealthy and every damn thing like that. Remember, as young people, we used to eat a lot. No, we didn't. We didn't eat a lot of Burger King, McDonald's, White Castle. We didn't eat none of that shit back when we was little. It was a treat. Now it's just dinner every damn day for people. And that's the fucked up part about it. You get it? It's dinner now. It used to be that special treat. Now you pulling up to the drive-thru to feed your family every damn day. And we asking what the hell the problem is. This is what caused the problem, and this is why there is a problem. Because we weren't addressing the problem. The problem is, man, we got comfortable with other people doing the work for us. Cooking and, you know, all of that stuff. Now you don't have to clean. Now you don't have to pick up behind people. You know, you just throw the empty containers in the garbage and that's it. And in the morning you had the kids take the trash out. But yeah, it's amazing how times change, right? You know, just sitting there, you know, in the McDonald's, man, as a young person, man. I remember used to consider McDonald's, man, and feel safe, man. I wouldn't even sit in a damn McDonald's now, man. Depending on what area it is, shit. I'm serious, man. Anything can happen, man. They was up in there one day, man, just acting a damn fool. And I was like, yeah, this is not the place for me anymore, you know. I remember a guy coming into the McDonald's and said, I ordered a large-ass fry. Where the fries at? And it was like, that is a large fry. Man, it wasn't even no fries in the damn container. He said, I just got the damn fries. He said, come on now. You charging an arm and a leg for the damn fries and you ain't give me any. And I'm like, you know, you come to find out in some of these cases, at some of these McDonald's, they try to get you to work off the clock and every damn thing like that. They be outside fighting and shit, you know, over certain things. You know, the shift managers. Some of these people were stealing. Dude, these were stories I heard, man. I remember people back when I was in high school working there. Dude, it was crazy as hell how all this stuff worked. And see, you know, people were dating each other. People were in the back rooms doing shit they shouldn't be doing. Dude, it was wild. This is what I heard from the workers that work there, man. And this is what I'm saying. You got to be really careful with all this shit, man. You're liable for all this stuff if you bad. Like I said, back in the day, they started rebuying up franchises and stuff like that. You know, the franchisees, the people who bought the franchise, the buying, you know, I'm saying it all wrong, but, you know, McDonald's, I don't know if it still is. It was a franchise at one point in time. And you can buy, you know, particular locations. And, you know, for the people that don't know, McDonald's is one of the biggest owners of real estate in the U.S. Because a lot of those stores they own. Far as the locations and all that stuff and the land, yeah, you'd be surprised about that. You'd be surprised to bet, how this whole situation came to be, man. But that's just my thought. I'm just confused that, something that was once so fun to be a part of is falling apart now. It's not just corporate greed, it's just the people, too. People now have changed, man. They're not the same breed anymore. People used to appreciate shit. Now a lot of people don't. A lot of people think it's okay, man. It's just weird some days, man. I just truly believe people are doing way too damn much. And, it's been going on for a minute, man. But till later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.